Welcome to Cosmic Compass, where we journey together through the wonders of space and time. Here, we don't just look at the stars, we explore the stories they hold, the mysteries they conceal, and the questions they spark. In this episode, we'll follow NASA's InSight mission, a lander designed not to roam the surface of Mars, but to listen to its hidden heart. Let's uncover how it braved one of the most dangerous descents in space exploration, and why its discoveries could change the way we understand rocky planets, including our own Earth. More than half of all missions sent to Mars have ended in failure. Rockets never left the ground, probes vanished into the thin Martian air, and expensive projects were lost forever. On November 26, 2018, NASA attempted once again, this time with a mission called InSight. Would it survive the perilous descent or join the long list of failures? Today, let's explore the story of InSight, the small but ambitious lander that carried the hopes of scientists around the world. Together, we'll uncover how it was built, how it braved the 7 minutes of terror to reach the Martian surface, and what secrets it promised to reveal about the hidden heart of a planet. If you look closely at InSight, it might seem familiar. That's because its design was based on an earlier spacecraft, the Phoenix lander, which touched down near the North Pole of Mars in 2008. InSight itself stood only about 1 metre tall and stretched 6 metres across, compact yet carefully engineered for survival. Why reuse an old design? NASA's engineers had good reasons. Developing spacecraft from scratch is enormously expensive, and every new component introduces new risks. By building on the proven Phoenix platform, they reduce costs and increase the chance of success. After all, Mars has earned a reputation as a graveyard for spacecraft. Nearly half of all missions from various space agencies never succeeded. So instead of reinventing the wheel, InSight took a path already tested once before. It was a pragmatic decision, but one that might make the difference between triumph and another heartbreaking failure. Landing on Mars is never easy. Imagine this: a spacecraft approaches the planet at nearly 20,000 kilometers per hour, striking the atmosphere at 125 kilometers above the surface. In those 7 minutes, everything must work perfectly because no one on Earth can intervene. By the time we receive signals, the lander has either survived or been destroyed. As InSight entered the atmosphere, its heat shield absorbed temperatures soaring to 15,000 degrees Celsius. Seconds later, a supersonic parachute deployed, slowing the craft dramatically. Mars's atmosphere is thin, only about 1% as dense as Earth's, but it was just enough to help. Still, a parachute alone could never stop InSight in time. Instead of bouncing on airbags, as earlier rovers once did, InSight deployed its landing legs and fired onboard rockets. These engines carefully slowed the descent, guiding the lander toward a safe touchdown. Within 7 minutes, InSight had gone from a fiery streak in the Martian sky to a fragile machine resting on alien soil. But it wasn't finished yet. The engines had kicked up a storm of dust, a hazard for the delicate solar panels. Engineers built in a pause, 16 minutes of waiting before the panels unfolded. Once extended, they could provide between 300 and 600 watts of power under normal conditions. For the first time, InSight was alive on Mars, ready to begin its mission. InSight did not travel alone. 2 tiny spacecraft, each no larger than a briefcase, followed it across millions of kilometers of space. They were called MarCO A and MarCO B, the first CubeSats ever sent into deep space. Their mission was simple but critical: to act as real-time messengers. While InSight attempted its dangerous descent, MarCO relayed signals back to Earth. For scientists waiting anxiously, these tiny companions provided the first confirmation of whether the landing had succeeded. Think about it. Each MarCO generated only about 17 watts of power, less than a household light bulb. Yet, with their flat antennas, they were able to capture faint signals from Mars and beam them across the void. if they had failed or would not be lost. InSight could still communicate through larger orbiters around Mars, though not in real time, but MarCO succeeded, and after completing their task, the pair sailed past Mars, destined to orbit the Sun forever. Once safely on the surface, what did InSight hope to achieve? Unlike rovers that roam and take pictures, InSight was designed to stay still, turning its focus beneath the ground. Its mission was to study the hidden interior of Mars. The lander carried two primary instruments. The first was a seismometer, an extremely sensitive device capable of detecting even the faintest tremors. Scientists hoped it would capture Marsquakes and the vibrations from meteor impacts. Why? Because these waves travel through the crust and mantle. By listening carefully, we can learn the thickness of the crust, the properties of the mantle, and the size of the core. Let's imagine it another way. When you tap on a watermelon, the sound helps you guess what's inside. InSight's seismometer worked in a similar fashion, tapping into the rhythms of a whole planet. The second instrument was a heat probe, a kind of underground thermometer. It carried a small hammer to burrow itself down to about 5 meters beneath the surface. Measuring temperatures at different depths allowed scientists to estimate how heat flows outward from the core. This in turn revealed how Mars formed and why it evolved so differently from Earth. On Earth, plate tectonics and a strong magnetic field constantly reshaped the planet. Mars, however, seems frozen in time. By studying its interior, InSight offered us a window into the past, showing what Earth may have looked like billions of years ago before our planet became alive with activity. InSight, therefore, was more than a lander. It was a time machine listening to the echoes of a world that never fully awakened. With InSight, NASA reached for answers hidden deep within Mars. Its safe landing, aided by design lessons from the past and the quiet support of 2 small satellites, was itself a triumph. But its true legacy came from what it revealed: an interior frozen in time, holding the story of how rocky planets form. If everything worked as planned, we gained not only knowledge of Mars, but also a reflection of our own planet's earliest history. By peering into the still heart of the red planet, we glimpsed what Earth might have been before it became vibrant with life. Space exploration is never just about machines. It's about extending our vision, asking bigger questions, and daring to reach beyond what seems possible. Let's see what new mysteries Mars will share with us next. As we've seen, InSight was more than a lander on Mars. It was a window into planetary history, a chance to listen to the silent heartbeat of a world frozen in time. If you enjoyed this journey, let's keep exploring together. Subscribe to Cosmic Compass so you don't miss our next adventure among the planets and stars. Share this with someone who wonders about the universe. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can find a link below. The cosmos is vast, full of questions waiting to be asked. Until next time, let's keep looking up.